Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Gabby Windey and Rachel Recchia made history in the Bachelor Nation franchise as the first co-leads. They were both Bachelorette for season 19. Both ladies got engaged during the season finale. Rachel got engaged to Tito Franco, and Erich Schwer popped the question to Gabby. However, neither relationship lasted very long. Gabby Windey shocked everyone by coming out as gay on national television in 2023. She made the announcement on The View a few months after coming in second place on season 31 of Dancing with the Stars. She revealed that she was in a relationship with a woman, comedian Robbie Hoffman. The two secretly married in January 2025, but didn't announce it until a few months later. The couple had a second wedding in April. The Bachelorette star has happily moved on from the reality dating show. However, she recently looked back on her short engagement to Erich Schwer. Keep reading to find out the true reason they split up. Gabby Windey addresses Clayton Echard feud. Before she was the Bachelorette, Gabby Windey was a contestant on Clayton Echard's season of The Bachelor. She made the top 3, along with Rachel Recchia and Susie Evans. After the fantasy suite dates, Clayton decided that he wanted another chance with Susie and sent Rachel and Gabby home. But not before revealing to Susie and the TV audience that he'd slept with both Gabby and Rachel during the overnight dates. The season aired in 2022, but it seems there's still bad blood between Gabby and Clayton. She recently caused a stir by roasting his dancing and saying she was never really attracted to him, but gaslit herself into thinking she was. She was struggling with her sexuality at the time. Well, Clayton found out about what she said and responded by accusing her of bullying him. The two went back and forth on social media before Gabby blocked him, but just when fans thought the feud was over, she addressed it again. She was a guest on Trisha Paytas' Just Trish podcast this week. Gabby rehashed the feud with Clayton and said that at one point she called her manager. She was worried that she was about to get sued for defamation. At Bachelor Scoop, Gabby discusses the recent back and forth drama she had with Clayton. At Just Trish Clips #BachelorNation #Bachelorette Bachelor in Paradise #5 The Bachelor The Bachelorette Trisha Paytas Gabby Windey Just Trish Bachelorette Reality Drama Traders Trader Season 3 Original Sound Bachelor Scoop. The Bachelorette star defended saying her ex looked like a toe and insisted it wasn't an insult about his looks. Despite blocking him, it seems Gabby is keeping the feud alive by bringing it up again. Bachelorette star spills real reason she dumped Erich Schwer. Clayton Echard isn't the only ex she talked about on the podcast. She had some harsh words about her former fiancé, Erich Schwer. Their relationship ended a few months after the proposal aired on the Bachelorette season finale. She unexpectedly revealed the breakup after one of her dance routines on Digotigas. She said that they weren't in step with each other. "We weren't each other's best match," she said about the reason for the split. But it turns out there was a lot more to the story, and she spilled it all to Trisha Paytas. Gabby revealed she found out after the engagement that her ex didn't have a job. She claimed that he wasn't looking for work and was banking on becoming a social media influencer. However, she pointed out that the men from the show rarely succeed as influencers, because no one wants to buy razors or any other products from men. To make matters worse, she claimed that her ex was a food thief. Gabby said that any time she had leftovers in the fridge, her ex-fiancé would eat them without telling her. So when she went to eat the food the next day, it would be gone. Seems like a legit reason to break up if you ask us. At Pop Culture Clips 8 #Trisha Trisha Paytas Trisha Paytas said it Just Trish Just Trish Podcast Bachelor Nation Gabby Windey Traders Trader Season 3 Original Sound Pop Culture Clips. What do you think about Gabby Windey speaking out about her exes all of a sudden, even though she's happily married?
I couldn't
Sound
pretend
off in the
anymore.
comments. Gabby Windey finally reveals the real reason she left Erich Schwer, and it's not what fans expected. It's the bombshell Bachelor Nation never saw coming. While Gabby Windey and Erich Schwer once looked like the perfect post-Bachelorette couple, adorable TikToks, red carpet kisses, and a shared dog, it turns out everything wasn't what it seemed. Now, after nearly 2 years of speculation, Gabby is done staying silent. In a raw, emotional sit-down interview, she finally opened up about the real reason she ended things with Erich, and what she says has already stunned fans across social media. Was there betrayal, a hidden double life, or simply a truth she couldn't ignore anymore? The reality might just break your heart. Chapter 1. The Fairy Tale Ending. That wasn't. Gabby Windey and Erich Schwer won Season 19 of The Bachelorette in a whirlwind of romantic promises, I love yous, and teary-eyed confessions. Erich gave Gabby his final rose in a climactic proposal that had Bachelor Nation sobbing. But just a few short months later, their romance fizzled out, without much explanation. Fans were confused. There were no cryptic breakup posts, no major cheating scandals, and no long Notes app apologies. Just a quiet confirmation from Gabby during Dancing with the Stars. We're not together anymore. And that was it, until now. Chapter 2. Rumors, Red Flags, and Radio Silence. At the time of their split, Erich posted a short note on Instagram about mutual respect and growing apart. Gabby stayed mostly quiet, but the rumors didn't. Was it his family? Did he cheat? Was she too focused on DVTS? Did they fake the relationship for fame? Speculation ran wild, but no answers came. Gabby threw herself into work, dancing her way into the finals, co-hosting events, launching brand deals, and later publicly coming out and announcing a new relationship with Robbie Hoffman, a stand-up comedian. Still, the Erich question followed her like a shadow. Every podcast, every interview, someone asked. And for over a year, Gabby would just smile and change the subject. Until now. Chapter 3. Gabby Speaks Out. In an exclusive interview with the Vile Files, Gabby finally gave Bachelor Nation what they'd been craving, the full, unfiltered truth. And it was way more emotional and complicated than anyone expected. Erich is a good person, Gabby began, but I wasn't being honest with myself. And I think deep down, I knew that even while we were filming. She paused. Her voice shook. I was playing a role I thought I had to play. The role of the perfect fiancé, but I was hiding something. Nick Viall leaned in. What were you hiding? Gabby's eyes filled with tears. That I wasn't in love. Not with him, not fully, and worse, I think he knew it too. Chapter 4. A Relationship Built on Pressure. Gabby revealed that after filming Wrapped, she felt a massive pressure to make things work, not just for herself, but for the viewers who believed in their love story. I wanted the fairy tale. I wanted to believe we could be that couple who beat the odds. But I think we were both clinging to something we never really had to begin with. She explained that the show's environment made everything feel more intense than it was. It's a bubble, Gabby said. You're not falling in love with the real person. You're falling in love with who they are in that moment. Outside of that, things change. She admitted that after just a few weeks in the real world, cracks started to show. Chapter 5. Erich's Struggles and Gabby's Guilt. Gabby also shared that Erich was dealing with a lot of personal pain, the recent death of his father being one of the most significant. He was grieving, and I didn't know how to support him because I was trying to figure myself out too, and I hated myself for that. She talked about the pressure to perform happiness for the cameras, for fans, for Bachelor Nation, all while feeling lost inside. I remember waking up one day and thinking, I'm living someone else's life. I didn't know how to tell him. I didn't want to hurt him more than he was already hurting. Chapter 6. the elephant in the room. Then Gabby revealed something nobody expected. I was starting to question my sexuality, she said. Gabby admitted that for years she'd suppressed feelings for women, unsure of what they meant. She assumed it was just a phase, or something everyone feels sometimes. But during her time with Erich, she realized it wasn't going away, and she couldn't ignore it anymore. I wasn't just unhappy in the relationship, she said. I was unhappy with myself. I couldn't keep living a life that didn't feel true. When asked if Erich knew about her struggles, Gabby said, I tried to tell them, I really did. But I didn't have the language. I think he knew something was off. I just wasn't brave enough yet to say it out loud. Chapter 7. The Breakup Conversation. Gabby described the day she ended things with Erich as the hardest day of her life. He cried, I cried. We held each other for hours, she said. But we both knew we weren't each other's forever. According to Gabby, Erich was devastated but respectful. He didn't yell. He didn't blame. He just said, I want you to be happy, even if it's not with me. Gabby said she still considers that moment one of the kindest things anyone's ever done for her. Chapter 8. Public Reaction, Private Healing. The breakup came at a time when Gabby was under intense scrutiny from fans and producers. People wanted answers I couldn't give, she said, so I stayed quiet. Instead, she focused on therapy, journaling, and exploring parts of herself she'd ignored for years. It was during that time she met Robbie Hoffman, and everything clicked. Being with Robbie felt like breathing for the first time, Gabby said. I wasn't pretending anymore. Chapter 9. Where Gabby and Erich stand now. So, where do things stand between Gabby and Erich today? We're not in touch, Gabby admitted. I think we both needed space to heal, but I wish him nothing but love and peace. She also shared that she has no regrets. If I hadn't met Erich, I wouldn't have been brave enough to find myself. I'll always be grateful for that chapter. And what about Erich? While he hasn't publicly commented on Gabby's recent interview yet, sources close to him say he's doing well, focused on career, friendships, and healing in his own way. Chapter 10. I'm not hiding anymore. The interview ended with Gabby delivering a message to fans and to anyone out there struggling to be honest with themselves. I spent years hiding who I was, trying to be who the world wanted me to be, she said. But that version of me was a shadow. I don't have all the answers, but I'm done pretending, and that's what love, real love, should be about. Epilogue. The real happily ever after. Fans have flooded social media with support. Many praised Gabby's courage, calling her a role model for queer women everywhere. Others expressed empathy for Erich, appreciating his grace during what must have been a deeply painful time. Ultimately, Gabby's story isn't about scandal or betrayal. It's about the slow, brave journey towards self-truth, and the heartbreak that sometimes comes with it. Because sometimes, the real happily ever after doesn't start with a proposal. It starts when you stop pretending.